Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 255 pounds and trained by Chris Camozzi, Chris Miller! Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 235 pounds, fighting out of TOS Boxing Gym and trained by DeVero Williamson, John Taylor! Our 11th bout of the evening is brought to you by our bronze sponsor, Fit Soda.
We are back. We are about.
Boy, are we back.
We might be in the slugfest of the night. Just from a.
Punches in the back. Keep your punches
The
up
energy
here.
in the ring right
Keep your
now?
heads up.
Palpable.
Palpable.
I'm just going to say this, guys. Just addressing the folks at home. 20-pound deficit for any of these fighters is
substantial.
significant. So I'm not going to lie. If I'm Chris Miller, I am just making John Taylor feel the extent of my weight. I'm going to lay on him. I'm going to get inside. I'm going to just lean on this guy because it's the way that he's going to know he can't get out of this easy.
Absolutely. I mean, but also, with that size, it looks like Taylor is already going in for, wow. He went in quick with a body shot, and Miller said, you know what time it is? It's Miller time.
It's Miller time.
It's Miller time.
I mean, for the folks, sorry, I hit you in the head.
Dude, he is.
You probably thought Chris Miller hit you from here, but
It felt like it.
John Taylor is just lining up some solid punches right now, but I will say he's super deferential to the size and the prowess of Chris Miller. And to be completely honest, Chris Miller looks pretty darn comfortable.
I mean, he is. I wouldn't say this would be his first, like, bout. This would not be Chris Miller's first bout. He's seeing punches coming. He is intelligently dodging, ducking, dipping, you name it.
It's a great way to put it because his eyes are on John Taylor. As Taylor's throwing these punches, he's not necessarily worried about the impact. He is moving out of the way as well, and that's what makes it feel like he is comfortable.
And he's allowing some of these shots to hit, knowing, I mean, I'm not there taking the hit.
No.
Maybe he knows what kind of power is behind some of these shots, and he's willing to take a hit to give a hit.
Well, let's call out what John Taylor's doing well. Because John Taylor, right, he's being deferential, he's parrying these shots, which is incredibly hard to do. Oh my God, he just had a snack for sure.
Yum.
But yum, yum, yum. But John Taylor is mixing up his looks.
Yep.
He is going to the body, he is going to the head, but the one thing I would say if I'm John Taylor or I'm John Taylor's corner is he's kind of winging that hook out there. I think is more of a defense mechanism, more so than an offensive weapon. And my ask as John Miller's corner is to work your way
The
into
big boys
using,
are bringing the heat.
using that
And
hook.
speaking of
Yes.
heat,
Because
let's
right now,
hear it
it's
for our
worthless.
ring card warrior,
Because
Caleb
it's not even getting
Crockett.
close. I mean, it's keeping Chris Miller at bay, but Chris Miller doesn't respect it.
He's realizing it's coming. He's expending minimal effort to dodge. Now with that, you're seeing with Taylor that he is, as we said, the smaller fighter. He is capitalizing on that, using his mobility,
Correct.
using those light feet.
Correct.
But by doing so, if you're gonna pop in, pop out, and move around like that, you have to get in tight, make those shots happen, and then get while the getting's good. Get in, make your shot, get the heck out before that big shot comes towards you.
And to applaud both of these fighters to draw attention to what we're viewing in the space and what you're viewing at home. This is one of the more mobile fights that we've seen
Agreed.
with gentlemen this big, because normally, right, we've seen this 30-second adrenaline dump where they're just trying to knock
Absolutely.
each other's heads off, and then it gets really slow. These guys are trying. These
Big.
guys are, and I mean, not to take anything away from trying, but I think, oh my gosh, I think Chris Miller's trying to put it away right now.
He said, what if I shut this down real fast? Bunch of, like a whole basket of goodies right there. Really good basket of goodies for Chris Miller throwing in those shots.
An interesting note for the folks at home, though, we've seen officials make some notes about holding the back of the head and throwing those punches, but it hasn't been mentioned here. Great shot from John Taylor to make Miller just recognize that he's still there, that he's still dangerous. But to the point of what we just saw, I think we just saw John Taylor try to throw an uppercut from that rear hand, incredibly hard to cover that distance without telegraphing. But we did see Chris Miller capitalize on that and throw one straight down the middle, and it landed hard.
Ooh, and actually a great response right there from Taylor. As Miller tries to get in close, that quick cross keeps him at a distance.
Now, the hand speed from Miller is impressive when he's throwing this 1-2. I think he knows that this is something where he changes up that rhythm to surprise Taylor. It's not just these looping shots coming around the guard. He's capable of throwing this 1-2 down the middle, and you're kind of eating two on top of each other, which is great. We see him go down to the body. I think
Great move.
John Taylor's a bit surprised. Not a fan of that move from Chris Miller. Not my
That's not what we
favorite.
do.
Oh no, they're giving him. I think that's a tough look for the folks at home.
Very tough look.
I don't know why he's getting a standing 8 count for getting pushed. Do you have a different?
They're
what?
calling it?
Interesting.
I don't love that look.
Interesting.
Don't love that look.
Interesting.
It's a push. Interesting choice. That's a push, and they gave him the standing 8 count off of that.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So for the folks at home and for John Taylor, I'd feel a little robbed by that opportunity. John
Same.
Taylor does look gassed right now, obviously, because they're both trying hard. If I'm Chris Miller, I know that I put in a great effort. I had a good showing, but I don't know if that ending is what I wanted either.
Yeah.
So I think both fighters can be proud of what they put out there, but I both think they wanted more from today.
I would
Good
agree with you on that.
sportsmanship from
Yeah, we
both.
like to see some good
Good
sportsmanship.
sportsmanship from both.
Very much so. I was very curious as to. I would have loved to see that finish, but again, interesting choice on the part of the official, calling it after the push.
Very, very. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Same.
I
Don't love it.
I mean, I want
Boxing fans, put your hands together and
We'll
make
see
some
what they have to say on
noise
this
for
one.
the big boys out there dropping bombs all night long. The referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 55 seconds of round 2, declaring your winner out of the red corner, Chris Miller.
Congratulations to Chris Miller. Well fought on the side of John Taylor as well.